Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 11th Region Basketball Tournament here on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. Tonight, the lid lifter of the 11th Region Girls Basketball Tournament, Franklin County Lady Flyers, and the Lady Cards of Scott County High School. Gary Ball with Coach Justin Cheatham and William Warfield here tonight on PrepSpin. Thanks for watching. Joey Thacker, coach, brings his Lady Flyers in 23 wins. They're one of the favorites coming into this 11th Region Tournament.
Well, Gary, you remember calling the games last year, and we saw that Franklin County team, a dangerous team, returning everyone, just an outstanding, well-defended coached basketball team. 14th in the state right now. I mean, can you play a basketball game in the 11th Region where someone's not ranked? I don't think so.
That's right, and Scott County Lady Cards, a lot of youth. They start 2 8th graders, 2 freshmen, and a sophomore. And that sophomore, Lauren Beam, happens to be one of the best rebounders in the 11th Region, averaging over 11 rebounds a game for Scott County. These two teams, Coach, played back on February 11th at Franklin County, and that game was won by the Lady Flyers 82-67.
Yeah, just earlier this month, these two teams played at Franklin County. Franklin County came out ahead. Beam in that game, Gary, 14 rebounds. Peyton Riddle, though, led all scorers for Scott County, 25 points. So they had a huge game out of Beam and Riddle that night. Kept it close. They're going to need big games out of both those young ladies tonight.
And, of course, balance is the key for Franklin County. All 5 starters at or near double figures. Aristia averages 10. Malika Frank averages 11. Deja Kilborn averages 12. Princess Stewart, 14. And Rebecca Cook, who's missed quite a few games this year with an injury, she's averaging 9.3. So almost all 5 starters in double figures. That speaks well of balance, doesn't it, Coach?
Right. When you see balance like that among all 5 of your starters, you know that you're going to be a contender for not only the region but a state championship.
Steve Helton is the head coach of Scott County. Seems like Coach Helton always has his basketball team playing in the 11th Region Tournament.
Well, his 15th season at Scott County, he's done a wonderful job. He's a legend. And this group of young Lady Cardinals, you can bet they're going to learn from this experience tonight. They'll be competitive. They'll do some things right. And what doesn't go well, he'll use them as teachable moments.
It's Franklin County and Scott County in this one. I'll give you the call with Coach Justin Cheatham. And coming up later tonight, it'll be a great one. Lexington Catholic girls will take on that good Madison Southern. I tell you what, Lexington Catholic better not take Madison Southern lightly. They'll get knocked off here tonight.
Well, every year we say it, and every year, Summer Simmons, Madison Southern, they continue to improve.
Right. And William Warfield will give you the call of that Lexington Catholic game tonight here on PrepSpin. We'll step out. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the tip. It's Franklin County and Scott County here tonight at the Eastern Kentucky University McBrayer Arena. We'll return on PrepSpin after this timeout.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University McBrayer Arena. Gary Ball, Coach Justin Cheatham, William Warfield tonight on PrepSpin. Thanks for watching. And, of course, PrepSpin will bring you all of this girls' 11th Region Tournament along with WVLK. They'll jump on board Wednesday night. We'll simulcast again. Coach, the last game we did, you and I, it was a triple overtime thriller at the 43rd District Boys, and I tell you what, we're expecting a couple of good girls basketball games here tonight.
Gary, I always say I don't care who wins. I just want triple overtime. Well, after that game, I tell you what, I have to second guess that decision, and that was an event in and of itself. Tremendous basketball game, and you're exactly right. We kick off right now, tip off, just a tremendous tournament. And look at this McBrayer Arena. This is our first time back since the renovations. They've got a new floor, new lighting, the huge jumbo screen. It's just a beautiful venue.
Yeah, they've done a great job renovating the McBrayer Arena, as you can see in our high definition here tonight on PrepSpin. Franklin County comes in, coached by Joey Thacker, Steve Helton of Scott County. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Scott County. It'll be 5'9" freshman Peyton Riddle, averaging 13 points. And, Coach, you already mentioned 25 points the last time she played these Lady Flyers.
This young lady can shoot. She can score. She likes to shoot the three, and you can expect that she's high on the priority list.
And it'll be Malia Owens, a 8th grader, 5'8". She will start along with Juliet Smith, a 5'4" 8th grader, averaging 11 points. Lauren Beam, the big 6-foot sophomore, with nearly a double-double, 9.5 points, 11 rebounds. Sydney Sutherland is the other starter. She's a 6-foot freshman, averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds. Rebecca Cook starts at a guard, 5'11" sophomore, 9.6 rebounds for the Lady Flyers. Anna Aristia, 5'8" junior, averaging 10 points. Malika Frank, a 5'10" junior, 11 points, 8 rebounds. DeAsia Kilborn, 5'6" junior, 12 points, 5 rebounds. And Princess Stewart, 5'7" sophomore, 14 points. And the Lady Flyers, as you look out, will be in their white. Scott County will be in their red. It'll be Sutherland, and she will jump it up against Malika Frank for the Lady Flyers. And we're just about set for the 11th Region Tournament. Tap is up, and it's picked up there by Stewart. Princess Stewart right side, hanging and scoring. Good start for Stewart. Good start for Franklin County Lady Flyers. 2-0. Quickly the other way comes Riddle. Riddle down the middle it goes now to Beam. Beam cut off. Now they go off the glass. Won't go there for Beam. Battle for it. Sutherland Beam. Ball knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch there, Coach, by Kilborn of Franklin County.
That was great defense there by Frank. Maintained position. Used her feet well. Played defense with her feet. Didn't swat. But great job by Scott County for the offensive rebound.
Smith trying to go to Owens, and now she gets it out to her out top. She goes in the corner now to Riddle. Down low they go now to Sutherland. Turns, misses back of the rim, and pulled down, rebounded by Kilborn of the Lady Flyers. Just underway, 2-0. Things started well on a Princess Stewart runner right side. Down the lane, shot won't go, but a foul called, and Kilborn will go to the line and shoot our first 2 free throws.
Well, 2 offensive trips for Franklin County, 2 times getting all the way to the basket on the right side. That's very, very good if you're Franklin County. Scott County's got to make an adjustment there, stop the ball.
Foul went on Juliet Smith, her first. At the line will be Kilborn, and she knocks down the free throw. It's 3-0 now. Good start here. Princess Stewart, of course, everybody knows about Prince Stewart. Boy, he was a great player. And Princess Stewart, of course, from good lineage there.
Well, Franklin County is 11-0 in the region for a reason. They're one of the best. They're 14th in the state, and they're out to a good start in this first round.
We're live and we're underway at the girls' 11th region. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, and William Warfield here on PrepSpin. All the action right here down the lane. Owens cut off, high arcing shot, won't go left side. Good offensive board by Sutherland. They kick it back out to Owens, and she lines it up, knocks it down.
2 offensive rebounds already in this game for Sutherland. That's what Scott County is going to need to do, get more than one opportunity.
Right side, it goes now to Aristia. Baseline, hit the bottom of the board, won't go, out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinal, the Lady Cards. I think Sutherland got a handle on that one, Coach.
Yeah, a little bit better defense there by Scott County that time.
4-2 is your score with 6:52 to go in the first period in the renovated McBrayer Arena. Wide open down low, Cook off glass, good. Boy, Rebecca Cook made a quick cut off that inbound and laid it up and in with the left hand.
Very well executed out-of-bounds play there by Franklin County.
Owens 10-footer off the mark and rebounded nicely offensively coming down with it, Princess Stewart. Stewart cut off, and well, the Lady Flyers, at least 3 of them like the headbands, don't they, Coach?
They love the headband look.
Stewart down the lane, and good defense there by Scott County. Ball on the floor, and picked up out of their Cummings, Peyton Riddle. Riddle with 2-on-2, shovels it right side, off glass, rolls off there for Sutherland, and rebounded by Kilborn. Long pass it goes now to Frank. Frank, and bodies hit the floor as Frank hits the floor, and the Scott County Lady Card defender Beam hit the floor, and a whistle and a foul, and Beam, who hit the floor hard, is going to be whistled for that personal.
Franklin County wanting to run there, and Frank hitting the floor really hard, Gary. She gets up, stretching it out, goes to the free throw line, and can extend the Franklin County lead, and she does.
She is not a particularly great free throw shooter. The only one on the ball club, when I looked at their stats, everybody else a pretty good free throw shooter. She shoots at only a 38% clip. 1 of 2 on that one, 50%. And a rebound again. How many rebounds for Miss Sutherland already?
That's
at least
2 offensive and 1 defensive.
Three rebounds already. Right side, Riddle. Peyton now comes out top to Juliet Smith. She kicks it over to Owens. Owens hit that basket earlier, working left side. She's cut off there by Aristia. Out top, Riddle, long 3. Got it!
Well, Gary, I was just about to say what a great job Cook is doing there on defense. And, wow, knocks down the 3. 7-5, 2-point game.
That's a big 3 there for Riddle. Big 3 for the Lady Cards. 7-5 ball game. With the basketball, the Lady Flyers, Princess Stewart. Lobs it now to Frank. Kicks it over to Kilborn. High archer. She brought down Rain, and she knocked it down.
That ball hit nothing. Absolutely nothing. It fell straight down through the net.
Riddle's got it. Goes down low. Ball knocked away. Owens is going to track it down. Give it back to Sutherland. She comes now to Beam. Beam clearing out. Powering up, Beam turning off glass, banks it in. What a nice move there by Beam. I thought she was going to go left, Coach. She spun around back right, banked it home, 10-7.
Beautiful move there by Beam.
Aristia kicks it back now to Stewart. Frank, and she's spinning like a top. Off glass, no whistle, foul call.
You have almost the identical move down here by Frank that we just saw from Beam. Dribble right, spin back left, get to the rim. Frank goes back to the free throw line where she was 1 of 2 earlier.
10-7 is your score if you're watching on PrepSpin. You see the renovated gym here. As we mentioned, we don't want to jinx her, but Malika Frank is probably the worst free throw shooter on this team. She's 1 for 3 so far tonight.
Kilburn 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Like you said, Frank 1 of 3, but boy, she uses her athleticism well and gets to the free throw line a lot, so I expect to see that stat on her improve.
She knocked the second one down 11-7. Under 5 minutes here in the first period of action. Juliet Smith with the Lady Cards has the basketball, pounding it down. She's working on Stewart defensively. Dribbles into the paint area. Hands it back off now to Riddle going into the paint. Little floater, got it. Tough shot by Peyton Riddle. She's got 5 points now.
Yeah, that's 5 quick points. The 3, a good drive right there by Riddle. Riddle's really feeling confident right now.
11-9 on the Peyton Riddle bank shot with 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. With it out top is Kilborn. She's got 5 and rolls that one short. Rebounded. Stiff, kind of short-armed that one. Sutherland rebounded. Here's Riddle. Long pass and running the floor, laying it up and in nicely is Walker.
Good heads-up pass. Walker runs the floor well, finishes 11 all.
We're tied for the first time, and here's a three-pointer won't go for Aristia. Long rebound, Riddle's got it. She leads it out to her teammate Smith, and Smith will drive down and give the lead to Scott County.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Thacker take a timeout soon. Franklin County just being really impatient on the offensive end.
13-11. Good recognition by Riddle. She got the ball, immediately looked up. There's her teammate wide open for an easy lay-in.
That's right. 2 trips in a row where Scott County is just fast break and beating Franklin County down the court.
Frank down the dribble, left hand, in and out, and battling for it, rebounded Beam. Cook was there. Cook got a hand on it, and Rebecca Cook hustling knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, lazy pass there by Scott County. Cook takes advantage of it, gets the deflection. She'll go to the bench and get a rest, and fresh defender coming in on Riddle, who's scored the last 5 points.
And Sierra Newton has checked in for the Lady Flyers, along with also coming into the ball game is Savannah Courtney. So those are your subs for the Lady Flyers. That's Smith. She hit the bucket that gave the Lady Cards a lead. Lobs down low with it being turning off glass. No. Battle for it, Walker. High off the glass. Tapped around. Coming out of there with it is the Lady Flyers, Princess Stewart. Stewart running down the lane. Crossover. Off glass. Good. Boy, what a nice misdirection there by Princess Stewart.
Yeah, well, the adjustment by Franklin County on defense, they go 3-2 zone, and now in a little bit of press, turns into some offense.
Here's the Owens shot won't go. Battle for it. Ball picked up, and Riddle there battling. And we're going to say it's last touch. I think Courtney was out of bounds. Our officials tonight, Chris Hudson, Andrew Mormon, and Bob James. And Coach Cheatham, they are out of the 7th region.
Well, they're doing a great job so far. Franklin County in this 3-2 zone needs to do a little bit better job on weak side box out.
Riddle to Walker, blocked away there by Frank. Coming down there with it, pushing the issue is Aristia. Aristia right side, runs over top of Scott County player, and a charge going to be called. A little delayed call there.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's not a charge, there's never been a charge because Smith was absolutely set for a good 5 seconds and held the position well, took the charge, bounced right back up.
Thanks for
Great defensive play there by Smith.
Thanks for watching the 11th Region Tournament tonight. We're tied at 13-all. And, Coach, what has Scott County done to had the lead and get back in this game?
Well, they're fast breaking, and Riddle's gotten on her game a little bit, scored
Riddle.
5 points.
And looking for her 7th, and that's going to roll in there. It hit high off the rim and came in for Peyton Riddle. She's got 7 now.
Right.
Early shooting numbers, Scott County 7 of 17, and Franklin County 4 of 9 from the field. We'll check the rebounding. They kick it over. Aristia, long 3, bullseye. Well, that barely hit net either.
Well,
we talked about Kilbourne.
2 3-point baskets. They're now 2 for 3 as Franklin County, where it's hitting nothing but net.
15-13. Kick in the corner. Here's Owen's shot, and that's an air ball, and it's going to be knocked out. Battling for it down low for the Lady Cards was Alexis Lockard, and she knocked it out of bounds.
Riddle 3 for 3, and right now Franklin County's defense, they've switched defenses 3 times, which is common for Coach Thacker. Riddle needs to touch the ball every trip.
Yeah, she's got 7 points, nearly half their production. Minute 46, 16-15. Frank has it blocked there by Walker. She said, no, bring that in here again.
Frank with the huge block at this end. We go down there, and Frank gets her swatted out of bounds.
Sure does. Rebecca Cook back in there looking to trigger. Cook bounces on the left side to Courtney. Courtney down the lane. Courtney to the basket. High off the window. Good. Boy, tough shot there by Savannah Courtney. That's her first basket. Long pass, right side, and there's Ward, and missed the 3-point attempt. Rebounded by Franklin County's Malika Frank.
Well, there's the good weak side rebound there by Franklin County.
Cook stops and puts it up, and she's fouled. And a couple of Scott County Lady Cards there. Ward was there. And
just a good offensive play there by Cook. Catch the ball, read the defense, split the defenders, take it up strong, get to the free throw line, where she's an excellent free throw shooter.
She sure is at 72%. She's got 3 points, and it's 19-15. Franklin County on top, leading the Scott County Lady Cards.
Yeah, for Franklin County, Kilburn with 5 points, Courtney with 2, and Cook there converts on both free throws.
4 points for Rebecca Cook. Remember, she had that good inbound play that she banked home on an inbound, in trouble with it, and they throw it right to Cook. She busted out now to Aristia. Aristia breakout, drives, missed the layup, rebounded, and shot put up, rolls off there for Princess Stewart, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line with 1:07 here and a 5-point lead.
Well, Franklin County making another adjustment defensively, extending their 2-3 zone all the way to half court, causes a lot of trouble there, forces Scott County turning the ball over.
Princess Stewart, who hit the first shot of the ball game. She's got 4 points, make it 5 now, Coach. Look at the free throw shooting. Franklin County, an outstanding free throw shooting team.
You're right, 7 for 9 now.
Yeah, Frank with the only 2 misses.
Scott County yet to shoot a free throw.
Knocks it down, so good free throw shooting by the Lady Flyers have extended them out to a 22-15 lead after Scott County led 15-13. It has been a 9-0 run by the Franklin County Lady Flyers. 1:02 to go here, first period. Ball knocked away, stolen by Princess Stewart. Stewart driving down floor, hangs, and scores.
That's just easy offense. Your defense creates your offense. Franklin County shooting a lot of layups, Gary, pushing their lead to a 9-point lead.
Bob Roberts Insurance, they're in Richmond, Kentucky. Bob Roberts on Main Street, they insure half the state of Kentucky. 24-15, Lady Flyers, their biggest lead of 9. And we will step out here on PrepSpin, 24-15. We'll be back.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University.
Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield back on PrepSpin. Just 43 seconds. Trouble. Riddle. Peyton drives into the lane. Kicks it over now to Smith. Smith into the lane. Ball knocked loose on the floor. Rebecca Cook diving for it. And also hustling after the ball was Newton. And we're going to have wholesale substitutions for the Lady Cards. They're going to get the big girls back in there. Sutherland, Beam back in for the Scott County Lady Cards. Also back in Malia Owens. 24-15, 33.8 seconds in the first period. 11th region tournament here at Eastern Kentucky University girls side. Bad pass and picked off there by Franklin County. That was Kendall Talley, the freshman, who picked it off.
Franklin County's really picked up their defensive intensity here in the last couple minutes of this first quarter.
Coming up later, Lexington Catholic and Southern. Here's a high arcing shot off the rim for Kilbourne and rebounded by Sydney Sutherland.
Sutherland's 6th rebound, Gary.
Riddle, right side. Well, she's getting a lot of tension defensively. Kicks it back over now to Juliet Smith, and that's off the iron, no good. And tracked down by Princess Stewart, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Well, it was a nice lead for Scott County, but then all of a sudden Franklin County erupted with an 11-0 run to end that first quarter, and we head to the second, and they lead 24-15 over the Scott County Lady Cards. We'll return here to PrepSpin after this timeout.
Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Welcome back with Justin Cheatham, Gary Ball, William Warfield on PrepSpin. Thanks for watching tonight. First quarter that was kind of interesting, Coach, because it looked like Scott County had a lot of momentum, but then Franklin County had that big run there at the end of the first. They lead 24-15. They also had the ball to start the second quarter.
Right, Franklin County doing a lot of driving, getting to the free throw line, 8 for 10 from the free throw line. There we start this quarter with Cook driving the basketball as well.
Cook drove it, but it was blocked there by Sutherland. Here's a long shot knocked down by Riddle.
Well, you said earlier she's getting a lot of attention, and she should. 25 points in their earlier meeting, already 4 for 4 here tonight. She needs to touch the ball every trip.
10 points, 24-18. Riddle's 3 cuts it down to 6. Franklin County in the white, Scott County in the red. Lob down low, and a nice grab there by Kilbourne, but she's in trouble now. Throws it up, blocked there. Great block by Walker. Boy, Walker's been active since she came in there. Peyton Riddle, those 10 points cut off. Riddle in trouble. Throws it over the right side. Good save there by Owens on the sideline. Here's Smith hanging off glass. Too strong. Battle for it. Rebounded by Stewart. Princess Stewart. Here comes Stewart. Boy, she knows what to do with it. Kicks it in the corner now. And there's a shot knocked down by Courtney. Courtney knocks down the long shot, makes it 26-18 with 6:54 to go here in the first half, Coach, and you've got some numbers from the ball game.
Yep. Franklin County shooting 44% overall, 66% from the three-point line, 80% from the free throw line. So Scott County needed Franklin County to have a cold shooting night. So far, that's not the case.
Peyton Riddle's done her job, though, as you mentioned, Coach. Perfect, 4 for 4 from the field. 2 for 2 behind the line. She's hit the only 2 3-pointers by the Lady Cards. 2 for 3 behind the line by Franklin County. This is just a very good Franklin County basketball team.
Very good, very experienced. They play well as a team. They want to drive, but if you take the drive away, they've got so many shooters that can just absolutely drain it.
So the Scott County Lady Cards will have the ball, coached by Steve Helton. And that's Juliet Smith pounding down. Rebecca Cook's going to come out and meet her at midcourt. Smith hands over now to Riddle with the left hand working on Cook. Shovels it down low and throws it right through the hands of her teammate Walker, who wasn't really expecting it. Peyton Riddle, just a freshman.
After every timeout, Coach Thacker gives Scott County a different look defensively. Just keeps them totally out of sync.
Coach Thacker got the sport coat on tonight. Look, Coach Helton's got the orange shirt and sport coat on tonight and tie. Rebecca Cook thought about it, now moves down the lane. Cook off glass, lays it in with the right hand. Remember, she's a lefty, so Rebecca Cook going to the right hand, 28-18. The lead is 10. Here's a long pass, almost stolen away, and they say last touch by Scott County. Good defense there by Frank.
Well, the footwork from Scott County is going to have to improve, and I'm sure it will, but so far in this game, Franklin County, couple passes, just put the ball on the floor and go to the rim. It's worked all night, and until Scott County stops Franklin County, that's exactly what they're going to continue to do, and that's drive to the basket.
Frank has it, stops from about 18 and knocks it down. First basket for Frank. She does have a couple of free throws, and the lead now with under 6 minutes has grown by 10, now 12 with that basket, 30-18. That 12-point lead, the largest the Lady Flyers have enjoyed.
Yeah, it pushes Franklin County's overall shooting percentage up to 50%, 10 for 20 overall, 8 for 10 from the free throw line.
Riddle a long three, back of the rim, no, and rebounded, dump it down low, and Walker turns, and she's going to be fouled on the floor. Not sure if she was shooting or not. We're waiting to see because there might be some free throws coming here for Walker. Nope, they say it was on the floor, so they will not be shooting free throws. Peyton Riddle set to put it in play. 5:50 to go in the second. Riddle, ball hit the under part of the backboard, so they'll give it back to Scott County.
Yeah, that was Scott County's 6th offensive rebound. They're going to need a whole lot more offensive rebounds to stay competitive in this game.
Riddle tries to shovel it to Smith. Ball knocked away. A steal back. Coming out of there with it is Scott County's Owens. Little floater, rattles it in. Second basket by Owens, and it's 30-20. Franklin County by 10. Pass over to Kilborn. Down the lane. Ball knocked away, and we're going to have a whistle. Foul call. I tell you what, every one of these Franklin County Lady Flyers take the ball to the basket, don't they?
They sure do, and they're getting to the basket, every one of them. And like I said, until Scott County starts sliding their feet and stopping dribble penetration, Franklin's offense, 1 or 2 passes and drive.
Stewart over to Rebecca Cook. Left side cut off by Riddle, out top, and here's the shot, won't go there for Kilborn, and rebounded by Peyton Riddle, wanting to push it. Riddle down the right side, cut off by Kilborn. Riddle stops, in and out, and rebounded by Frank.
Tough off-balance shot there by Riddle.
Skips it over to Cook, good grab, and hang and score, and she draws the foul, and Rebecca Cook will get the Rafferty soup and the sandwich.
Rebecca Cook now 3 for 4, 8 points, going to the free throw line. Great handles there to absorb the contact, keep focused, knock down the layup, and now can go to the free throw line where she's a perfect 2 for 2 so far tonight.
And she's also, Rebecca is an intern on the Scholastic Ball Report TV show. So she can do it all. Missed the free throw. Tapped around, a lot of people touching the ball, and finally it's going to be tracked down there by the Scott County Lady Cards. And
Scott County actually winning in the rebounding category, 15-14 right now.
That was Katie Hudson who got that rebound. Ball thrown away right over here by us.
Well, I think it's going to roll over here to me.
I'll take it, please. Thank you.
Fortunately, one of my former players, Katie Pippin.
She's in the house because she plays basketball.
Ran right over to save me, which she did many times her freshman year when I was coaching her.
She plays right here at Eastern Kentucky, doesn't she?
She does. And here's the thing about Katie Pippin, who was out here shooting around and working out right up until the time this game started.
Down the lane, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Scott County. It's going to go against Walker. She thought she took the charge there from Deja Kilborn, but the foul is going to be called on Walker. Let's look at the foul situation. That's 18 fouls, Coach Cheatham, already against Scott County, just 3 team fouls against Franklin County.
Yeah, Beam with 2 fouls, Walker with 2 fouls, Smith with 2 fouls, Riddle and Walker both with 1 each. But, you know, that's Walker recognizing that Franklin County continues to drive. She recognizes she needs to slide her feet, slide over, go straight up, take the charge. So she's learning, and you expect them to continue to improve.
Free throws won't go there, but Stewart knocks it away, and it'll go to Scott County. Stewart lost her footing there. Fell down, the ball knocked down of bounds. It'll go to the Lady. What can the Scott County Lady Cards do here, Coach? They're down 12 to this very good Franklin County team.
Yeah, well, you need to be patient, and you need to get the ball in the hands of Riddle.
Smith. Ball knocked away there from down low it goes now. And good hustle, but throwing it away there is Katie Hudson. Here's Rebecca Cook, and drives and hangs and lays it in.
Yep, Rebecca Cook, recipient of the pass from Scott County, able to go from one end to the other and all the way to the basket. Once again, pushes the Franklin County lead to 14, and Cook now with 10 points. Riddle with 10 points. So there are leading scorers for each team, but right now the pressure of the Franklin County defense is just too much.
4:22 to go. It's all Franklin County 34, Scott County 20. We'll return on PrepSpin after this timeout. Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Sophomore Rebecca Cook has really stepped up here the last 2 or 3 minutes, has 10 points to lead the Lady Flyers, 10 points for Peyton Riddle. They go down low now. Hudson turns, and it rolls out of there. Had that fallen there for Katie Hudson, that would have counted.
Well, Scott County with 8 turnovers right now, and what's led to that is the coaching by Joey Thacker. Every dead ball, every timeout, Franklin County comes out and gives them a different look. That was a much more conservative look on defense, packed in a 2-3. Scott County, when you don't apply the pressure, they're able to get a good look. I expect Joey Thacker to come right back to put more pressure on the ball.
Hudson, a sophomore, knocked down that first free throw. She could cut it down to 12, 4:08. So Scott County trying to make a little bit of a run here before the first half concludes. They've still got 4 minutes to do that, but Coach Cheatham, they're down a dozen now.
Down a dozen, just have to handle the ball, and they have to slide their feet better on defense.
Princess Stewart comes over now to Kilborn. Kilborn going baseline, hanging. Those are too high. Rebecca Cook taps it to herself, got the rebound. And they skip it over now, Tally does. And here's the shot knocked down on the left side by Stewart.
Stewart now 12 points. A perfect 5 for 5.
Ball knocked away, and it's going to the basket with Smith. Ball knocked away there by Franklin County, and we're going to get back in the game. Will be Sydney Sutherland for Scott County.
Sutherland with those big 7 rebounds in the first half, so she's doing a good job crashing the boards.
She had 6 early, though, didn't she?
She did.
Sutherland turns high off glass, knocks it down. First basket for Sutherland to go with those 7 rebounds. Coach Cheatham just referenced. 36-24, 3.5 to go. First half. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield here on PrepSpin. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got both games here tonight. Got both games tomorrow night. Turning and Frank scores.
Frank been quiet of late. Catches the ball. Nice spin move and finish.
Lead back to 14. That's the largest for the Lady Flyers of Franklin County out of Frankfort, Kentucky. 3:07. Long pass, and it's too much mustard on that one. Sails out of bounds, trying to go to Hudson.
Yeah, a lot of the passes for Scott County just really being telegraphed. With age, they'll become a much better ball handling team.
3 minutes to go in the first half, and the Lady Flyers have kind of really taken control of this game really since about the late part of the first quarter.
Yeah, they've done exactly what they wanted.
Rebecca Cook, 15-footer, too strong. Cook gets it back, drives down, lays it up and in. Well, that was just Rebecca Cook saying, you're not going to deny me the basketball.
Yeah, missed the first shot. Scott County doesn't crash the boards and chin the ball. Rebecca Cook just goes and takes it right away.
That's Smith the other way. Juliet Smith, 5'4", 8th grader.
Smith now with 4 points.
Here's Kilborn to the bow, blocked away by Sutherland. And coming out there with it is Hudson. Hudson, right side, hanging, blocked from behind, and Princess Stewart lost it out. It'll go back to Scott County. And we're going to get some substitutions in the ball game for Franklin County. That'll be Savannah Courtney coming back in, and also Lauren Willard. First time I believe we've seen Willard. We saw Courtney earlier. And they're going to change the call and give the basketball to Franklin County. So breaks going their way, 2:22, and they lead by 14, 40-26 over Scott County.
Yeah, really good shooting, 53% for Franklin County. A lot of that is because they're getting to the rim, getting the good look, the high percentage basket, the layup.
After the game, we'll have our star of the game. We'll try to interview the young lady here courtside. And then coming up, Coach Cheatham will be with William Moorfield for the call, and that should be a good one. Lexington Catholic and Southern, they played a good one earlier in the year.
Yeah, it'll be a great nightcap.
That'll be coming up later. Cook bounce passes over to Princess Stewart. Stewart down the lane, hanging, and draws the foul. She'll go to the line. That's a 19 foul now against the Lady Cards of Scott County. And at the line will be Princess Stewart. Let's look at her body of work. We talk about Cook having that great game with a dozen. Look at Princess Stewart.
Yeah, Princess 4 for 4. 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, she is having a great first half. But, just looking at Franklin County right there, Scott County steps up the defensive pressure, but they're an experienced, mature, confident, ball-handling basketball team. Ball was down, eyes were up, they didn't get rattled, they just continued to move, and it results in good things offensively.
I got to go back to your Princess Stewart mention there. That's what you call a stat stuffer.
That's exactly right. I mean, that's the equivalent of 16 points right there. Now 17 with those free throws.
Yep, she knocked down the second one. It's a 15-point lead now, the biggest Franklin County's enjoyed. High pass to Riddle, trying to get her more involved. Almost a steal. Is a steal by Frank. She stripped it out of there. Frank leads it out. Princess Stewart off glass, good. Lead now is ballooned to 17.
Yeah, Franklin County is just jumping the passing lanes. 43 points here in this first half. Getting whatever they want.
Bad pass, Cook steals it, leads it out to Frank. She's got Stewart to her right. Princess Stewart drive, scores. My goodness.
Yeah, Coach Helton knows that this game may already be out of reach. At this point, you want to take your young group and make this a teachable moment.
You got to slow them down somehow. Talking about Franklin County, they got 45 points, but maybe you go to a zone or something. Of course, what Franklin County's getting, Coach Cheatham, is a lot of transition baskets.
That's right. It's their defensive pressure. They're overplaying the passing lanes. They're putting a lot of ball pressure on the guards, forcing them into bad decisions, and it's resulting in layup after layup for Franklin County.
45-26, a minute 15 to go in the first half. Franklin County being led by Princess Stewart with 15 points, Rebecca Cook with a dozen, and then you look at Scott County, they're being led by Peyton Riddle with 10. But, Coach, she hadn't scored in a while.
Well, she hasn't touched the ball in a while. She started off 4 for 4, had some really good looks, 2 for 3 from behind the three-point line, 3 rebounds. But, of course, Franklin County is going to make defensive adjustments and make sure that Ms. Riddle doesn't get the ball as much.
Rebounding hasn't been the problem. Scott County actually out-rebounding Franklin County 17-16 because of Miss Sutherland. She has 7 of those 17 rebounds for Scott County.
Yeah, but for Scott County, it's really the turnovers. 11 turnovers so far in this half.
What can they do, Coach, to get back in it here before halftime with just a minute 10 to go?
Well, it starts with ball handling. You've got to handle the pressure, run your offense, set good screens. When you feel that pressure, ball down, head up. And when you don't have the ball, you got to move without the basketball.
Riddle kicks it over to DeFore, and that three-pointer won't go. Long rebound, and it's tracked down there by Courtney. Here comes Frank. Frank crossing over on Riddle, throws it up, ball blocked, and they say last touched by Peyton Riddle.
Yeah, it might have been a foul there. It looked like an arm.
Yeah.
Looked like an arm hanging on to Frank as she went by. No call.
I knew you would pick up on that because you usually don't miss much.
Right, ball stays with Franklin County.
Frank's got it right side, kicks it out top now to Kilborn. Kilborn down the lane, missed a layup. Battle for it, coming out of there with it is Smith. Smith, long pass to Riddle. Riddle stops left elbow, off the mark. Battle for it, Turney Walker, won't go. And coming down there with it, and the basketball is Willard. Lauren Willard pulls it out of there. Coming over now to Princess Stewart. Stewart, left side, won't go. Hanging, foul called.
You can tell that Scott County and Coach Helton, they've talked about stopping the dribble penetration of Franklin County by taking charges, just getting there a little bit too late and resulting in blocking calls. But that was a good offensive rebound there for Scott County. Walker, they've still got a lot of fight left in them. Actually, it's tied in the rebounding category, so that's encouraging if you're Scott County.
Stewart's got a magnificent game going. She is still perfect from the field, 6 for 6. And she has 16 points now. She knocks down that free throw. and the lead is 20, Coach. That's the biggest lead that Franklin County's enjoyed.
Yeah, 20-point lead. 16 points have been scored off of Scott County turnovers. So it really starts with ball handling.
That's a difference in the game right there. Olivia Hogan checks in quickly for Franklin County. 22 seconds, 20-point lead, 21-point lead now for Franklin County. Crossing over to 4, Morgan to the basket, off the glass, no. Rebounded on the right side by Ward. Brittany Ward has it there for Scott County.
Yeah, so now, Gary, Coach Thacker goes boxing 1 because I guess that's the only defense he hasn't tried in this.
Three-pointer knocked down by DeFore.
Well, if you're going to go boxing 1, somebody's got to be open, and that's a great job there by DeFore, stepping up and knocking down a shot, giving Scott County a little momentum.
So that's halftime now, and DeFore's shot was a big 3 out of the left side, and it's 47-29. Franklin County leads Scott County here at halftime at Eastern Kentucky University's McBrayer Arena here on PrepSpin. We'll come back with some halftime numbers and entertainment here at halftime. Franklin County 47, Scott County 29. We'll be back after this on PrepSpin here tonight with William Warfield.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Welcome back here to halftime. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield being entertained by the Franklin County dance team. And right now we're being entertained by this Franklin County girls basketball team. They put up 47. And, Coach, it was very even. They had 24 points in the first period. They scored 23 in the second. It was different people. Princess Stewart and Rebecca Cook have combined for 29. Those two have scored equal to what Scott County's put on the board with 29. And I tell you what, a lot of weapons, and everybody talking about the Division I players on this team. Obviously, Princess Stewart can play college basketball, and Rebecca Cook's only a sophomore, and people really high on Frank. So there's a lot of talent out on this floor. And Scott County's Peyton Riddle, she tried to keep them in it in that first half with 10 points, but she didn't. They really clamped down on her in the second period.
A lot of talent on the court, Gary, and what a great job Coach Thacker did in his coaching strategy to just totally mix it up and keep Scott County out of any type of rhythm offensively. I counted 4 different zone looks that he threw at Scott County, and all of which put a lot of pressure on the ball, pressure in the passing lane, forced Scott County out of any rhythm, resulted in 16 points off of turnovers. We have an 18-point lead. 16 points have come off of turnovers from Scott County. Your defense is creating your offense, and that makes any coach happy.
47-29 here at halftime. As we mentioned, coming up later tonight, it will be an outstanding matchup between Lexington Catholic, Lady Knights, and Madison Southern. And, Coach, what do you expect in that one? You'll be calling that game with William Warfield. What do you expect in that one tonight?
You know, I expect to see a very evenly played basketball game. If you look at the work that Coach Summer Simmons has done, when she took over at Madison Southern, they were one of those teams where, you know, you looked at the schedule and said, oh, Madison Southern. Woo! Now you're like, oh, Madison Southern. Yeah. She has totally revived that program, and now they are competitive with everyone. Lexington Catholic, we saw them in the 43rd District Championship. They're going to handle the ball well. They're going to shoot the ball well. They're going to execute offensively. And so it should just be a really well-played, disciplined basketball game. It'll come down, like most do, to eliminating turnovers, eliminating second chance opportunities, make your layups, make your free throws.
You mentioned Madison Southern. They won 20 ball games last year. They have won 20 ball games this year. So you're right. Summer Simmons has really turned the fortunes around there for Madison Southern in girls basketball. And you look at the body of work she's done. She's pretty much been a 20-game winner the last 3 or 4 seasons there, and that hadn't been done too many times before Summer Simmons took over the coaching duties.
That's exactly right. And then you look at Lexington Catholic, the longtime Clark County coach, Scott True, one of the best coaches around coming in. You can bet that we're going to see a very well-played, very well-coached basketball game in the nightcap.
So coming up later, it will be Lexington Catholic and Madison Southern. William Warfield will have all the call that one. 47-29 here at halftime. We'll return here on PrepSpin after this timeout.
Choosing a college is about setting a course, a path that leads to your destination. At EKU, the adventure is what lies in between. Eastern Kentucky University. Great journeys begin here.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
Houchins Industries, proud corporate sponsors of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Girls Sweet 16.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Kentucky One Health and St. Joseph East are the preeminent healthcare providers serving the state of Kentucky. Kentucky One Health is the largest and most comprehensive health system in the Commonwealth. They have more than 200 locations, including hospitals, physician groups, clinics, primary care centers, specialty institutes, and home health care, bringing wellness, healing, and hope to all. That's Kentucky One Health and St. Joseph East. Thanks to sponsors Julie and Tim Hill.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
I don't really
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Welcome back to the 11th Region Girls Basketball Tournament. Thanks for watching tonight on PrepSpin. William Warfield, our executive producer. Of course, he started PrepSpin. I'm Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham, the former Tates Creek basketball coach. 47-29, Coach. We've got a reference tomorrow night, big doubleheader. Henry Clay and Richmond Model at 6:30. You'll have those games with William and Darren Douglas. And then at 8 o'clock, it'll be Lafayette and Woodford County. What do you expect in those 2 matchups tomorrow night?
Well, of course, you've got 2 of the other favorites, Franklin County being 1 favorite, Henry Clay and Lafayette both tied right now in the rankings, top 10, both tied at number 10 in the state. I don't think either coach is looking past their first-round game. So I expect both teams to come out and take care of business.
You know, when you look at Lafayette, they got the big girl and Ashanti Thomas, and they've got Dee Givens, and they've got Kiara Pankins, and they got the Wynn girl occasionally knocking down threes. That is a well-balanced machine. Henry Clay, just so fast. I mean, they've got 10 girls that can really run the floor, led, of course, by the all-region player and the 11th Region runner-up to Player of the Year, Latea Livers.
That's right. You have got some tremendous athletes there. Ashanti Thomas running the floor well the other night against Lexington Catholic. And, you know, in a game where they weren't playing the style or the pace that they wanted, they still managed to find a way to win and win convincingly against Lexington Catholic. Did a great job, and, of course, you're exactly right. On the other side of town, there's Henry Clay, who is just loaded with speed and athletes. So should be an exciting first round, and we'll see what happens.
That's coming up tomorrow night right here on PrepSpin. Then we'll have the boys' action Wednesday night. There's a possibility of some weather coming through here, Coach. They're talking about sleet, snow, and ice Wednesday night into Thursday. So be sure and check your news and everything if there are any kind of delays or postponements in this 11th Region basketball tournament. Here tonight, it's been all Franklin County, and it's been 2 players in particular. Princess Stewart has 17 points at half. Rebecca Cook has 12 points. They have combined for 29 of the 47, whereas Scott County only has 29 points on the board here at halftime, led by Peyton Riddle with 10 points that she had all in the first quarter.
Yep. Riddle had a great first quarter, but Franklin County makes a great defensive adjustment and is just sticking glued to Peyton Riddle, which is what they should do, making someone else score. They go box and one even on the last possession, and Scott County able to convert with the DeFore 3 there at the end. So I expect more of the same, which is a lot of variety from the Franklin County defense. And Scott County will just have to grow up right here on the court in their ball handling.
Franklin County 23-6, and Coach Cheatham talked about one of the favorites coming into this 11th region tournament. And Coach, what makes Franklin County, we're seeing it here against Scott County, a very young Scott County team. What makes them such a tough out in this girls 11th region?
Well, number one, when you're preparing to play Franklin County, you can't focus in on, okay, here's what they're going to do on defense.
Yeah.
They're going to throw 6 different things at you. So you have to be ready for so much. It's sort of like, in college men, you prepare. 90% of the people play man-to-man. So you prepare man-to-man. Then you play Syracuse, who's a 3-2. Well, no one else is a 3-2.
Right.
You play Franklin County, you have to prepare for 6 different looks defensively, and that's difficult.
Tonight you're watching on PrepSpin in high definition HD quality. Boy, I tell you, this is a big feature of Friday night on the Lexington Catholic Lafayette District Championship game. Not only were a lot of folks watching, Coach, they were watching from all over the country.
Well, and think about what you just said. There's more weather moving in. Chance of freezing rain tomorrow. More freezing rain and snow Wednesday and Thursday. Do you risk driving over here? If there's bad weather, you just turn on PrepSpin.
Because we'll make it over. We'll have our four-wheel drive cranking up, I'm sure.
Right. That's right.
Look, you got the SUV too, don't you, Coach?
Got one of those? That's right.
You got one of those. So Franklin County and Scott County, we're set for the second half. Coming up later tonight, it will be the matchup that a lot of folks talking about between Madison Southern and Lexington Catholic. William Moorfield, Coach Cheatham will give you the call of that one. And it will be for the Lady Cards, Peyton Riddle. She will start at a guard along with Juliet Smith. Also Malia Owens. It'll be Laura Beam and Sydney Sutherland. We'll set that Franklin County lineup after this. Nice crossover there by Smith, stopping from 15 and banked it home. How
Good
about
start
that?
there for Scott County. Nice crossover dribble by Smith.
Is the bank open, Coach?
It sure is so far.
47-31. Good start there for the Lady Cards. Now Princess Stewart over now to Kilborn. Gives it back to Stewart. If I'm Scott County, I maybe go to a zone and try to slow them down a little bit.
Well, already you're seeing them moving their feet a little bit better.
Rebecca
stopping
Cook
the dribble penetration.
Kicks it back, Princess Stewart, and that rolls off the mark. Battle for a jump ball called. Rebecca Cook there to tie up the big girl, Lauren Beam there for Scott County.
The highlight of that first half for Scott County is they're winning in the rebound category, so they are crashing the boards.
The Franklin County basketball. Princess Stewart set to put it in play. Stewart looking. Ball knocked away there. Good defense by Beam, and Beam's got her a steal. Hands it now back to Smith. Smith stops, same spot, and in and out this time. And Battleford coming out of there with it is Kilborn, Asia Kilborn. Bounce pass left side, and throwing it up is going to be Aristia. She's going to be fouled. So Anna Aristia, an outstanding free throw shooter, goes to the line. Well, free throw shooting was a big story. 11 of 17 for the Lady Flyers. Just 3 of 8 for the, just 2 free throws made by Scott County, one more than I anticipated.
Yeah, Scott County just not getting to the free throw line. Franklin County continues to drive, but right there, Aristia just outruns the defense and gets between her man and the basket, and that's why she's going to the free throw line.
Made the first free throw, did Anna Aristia, makes both of them. She is an 83% free throw shooter. Peyton Riddle, 89% for Scott County. 2 good, outstanding free throw shooters in this game. Down the lane, Beam, and to the basket. Nice move there by Lauren Beam.
It's a good start here for Beam in the second half. She picked up those 2 fouls early in the first half, sat for quite a while, and off to a good start here in the second.
Beam, a 6-foot sophomore, as we said, one of the top rebounders in the region with over 11 boards a game, 9.5 points. But tonight she's kind of struggling offensively, Coach, with just 2 points, looking for her third, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, but what you just said speaks volumes. A sophomore, a freshman, 8th graders. I mean, this is a very, very young Scott County team that is just going to get better and better, and they're still battling right now. There's a lot of talent on the floor. They'll continue to improve.
Rebecca Cook over to Kilborn, a high arcing 3, off the iron, no, and rebounded. Beam comes out of there. Beam, more of a force here in the second half. Beam driving down and scoops it up, missed it, tapped up Sutherland, and coming out of there with it, Princess Stewart.
Beam switches over to that right hand, but can't finish.
Stewart, and she's going to charge right over top of Scott County's guard there, Juliet Smith.
Well, that's a great job there by Smith to get back on defense, get position, and take that charge. She's tried that a couple times tonight, picked up 2 fouls in her attempts, but that time gets there on time, gets her feet set, and takes the charge.
37% beyond the arc but look at the three-point shooting by the Lady Flyers, 50% behind the arc. Well, I tell you what, when you shoot 50% behind the arc, you're going to win a lot of games. Ball stripped away there on the move to the basket, a foul call, whistle on the move there by Juliet Smith. Remember, Smith started the second half by banking that shot in, and then she had another good look that went in and out on her.
That's right. Then comes down, takes the charge. So, there's plenty of life in this young Scott County team.
Riddle comes back out top to Smith with 6:15 in the third, 49-33. Lady Flyers led by as many as 22. Here comes a steal coming out there with it, Stewart. Princess has it knocked away by Beam, and ball tied up on the floor. Possession arrow favoring Scott County, so they'll get the ball back.
And look at that, Gary. That is Beam sprinting back down the court, getting the deflection, loose ball, 3 red jerseys, 3 Lady Cardinals diving on the court. That's a great thing to see. You're getting beat by 16 points. You absolutely continue to fight, and that's what Scott County's doing.
Peyton Riddle with Rebecca Cook on her defensively. Boy, Cook's done a nice job on her. Kick it over here's a long 3. High arcer won't go. Skips off by Owens and tracked down by Frank. Frank's got it. Crossing over. Frank down the lane. Hanging, and she's going to be fouled by Sutherland. So Frank will shoot a couple.
Frank with 6 points now, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. So, 6 points and 5 assists. That's the equivalent of 16 points herself.
Mm-hmm.
Great drive there, great crossover dribble, gets to the rim. You can't do anything but foul her in that situation.
5:43 here in the third, and the Frank free throw knocked down.
Frank now 3 for 5 from the free throw line. So
Walker in and Ward in for Scott County. Walker played well in the first half, I thought, off the bench. Really came in, made a difference defensively and rebounding, I thought.
Yep, she did. She had 2 points, but came in and crashed the boards and got a couple rebounds at a big opportune time for Scott County.
1 of 2 for Frank. Here's Riddle trying to score her 12. Too strong and rebounded by Frank.
Yeah, Riddle just double-teamed. She touches the ball there. She gets double-teamed. She's just really been shut down ever since she had that quick start.
Frank kicks it over to Aristea. She's in trouble. Throws it right in the middle now to Beam, and she's going to dribble out of bounds, though, and turn it back to Franklin County. 5:20 here in the third period, and Lady Flyers 50, Lady Cards 33. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield here on PrepSpin.
Beam sees the floor really well, Gary.
I thought you were saying William sees the floor really well. He does see the floor well. But you're right, the players do too. With their right side is Aristea. There's Princess Stewart, ball knocked away, and we're going to have a foul on a reach there called. I believe Brittany Ward picked it up, Coach.
Yeah, Princess Stewart penetrating, and Ward reaching out, tries to tie up Princess, but not able to do it. Gets her on the arm and out of bounds to Franklin County.
Princess Stewart. Frank knocked away, but good. That's what we're. Walker, good defense there on Frank, and Frank actually tapped that one out. So give it to Scott County Lady Cards.
Yep. Now Franklin County going back to he switched defenses again.
Smith down the right side, cut off by Princess Stewart. Smith putting it down and brings it back out. Now is going to reset the offense.
That's right. Looks like we've gone man to man.
Right side Ward, down low it goes, working Sutherland, partially blocked. Sutherland gets it back, throws it up, no. Last touch by Franklin County, give it back to Scott County with 4:42 in the third.
I tell you, down 17, but Beam is just not a bit intimidated by anyone on the Franklin County team.
Peyton Riddle lob, and Sutherland shot partially blocked. Walker saves it in. Good hustle by Smith. Good hustle by Walker.
Good save there by Walker.
Rebecca Cook knocks that long pass. You're not going to skip that one over with Rebecca Cook with those long arms.
Yeah, her feet are awake. Her eyes are up. Her hands are alert. You know she's going to get in that passing lane on a pass like that.
4:32, Juliet Smith over to Ward, over to Peyton Riddle. Riddle works in on Cook, and we're going to have a foul called, and I think this one's going to go on Rebecca Cook.
Well, that'll be Rebecca Cook's first foul. 12 points. 2 rebounds. She's had a great game. Princess Stewart, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Just, again, a well-balanced effort by Franklin County.
Walker throws it up, and Princess Stewart got a hand on it, and let's see. Official's going to call a bump there, I believe, on Princess Stewart. Going to say a little bit too much body contact by Miss Stewart.
Trying to go for the block, picks up her second foul. Princess 6 for 7.
Ward's 3 off the mark and rebounded by Anna Aristia for Franklin County. Here come the Lady Flyers with 4:10 to go, leading by 17. That's Malika Frank. She gives it up over now to Princess Stewart. Stewart to the basket, left hand off, mark, no good. Battle for it, Kilborn, bodies on the floor, jump ball call, possession arrow will give it back to the Lady Flyers.
Well, the ball stays with Franklin County, but you can sure see how much better this Scott County team is with Beam in the lineup.
Deja Kilborn down to Frank, and she turns, and we're going to have a traveling call on the move there by Frank.
Yep, spinning one way, spinning the other. Ended up moving both feet. Can't do that. Ball goes back to Scott County.
Coming up right after this one, we'll have the post-game show here, talk to our star of the game, and then we'll take you right in to that Lexington Catholic Madison Southern game. That should be a dandy. Coach Cheatham and William Warfield will give you the call of that one. I'll be courtside. I just won't be on the air with you.
It'll be a fun one.
Here's a 3 air ball out of the left side on the shot attempt by Ward. Here comes Rebecca Cook wanting to push the issue. Cook hanging and scoring, and they will count the basket. Cook now with 14.
Well, the ball saved inbounds by Scott County. Rebecca Cook jumps on it, always alert, pushes the ball all the way up the court. No one stops her. She takes it all the way, draws the foul. Rebecca Cook now 14 points, can add to that. Great game, 6 for 8 overall, 3 rebounds.
Rebecca Cook, a southpaw. She's a sophomore. She missed about 10 games this year as that free throw rolls in there. She's an outstanding free throw shooter with an ankle injury, and I don't even want to pronounce what the coach said the other injury was because he couldn't pronounce it.
Well, her ankles are fine now because that was great defense there and a great offensive move by Cook.
Reaching foul is going to be called on Savannah Courtney of Franklin County. That's 5 team fouls now against Franklin County, 4 against Scott County. 3:22, 53-33, and Franklin County seems to be enjoying this 20-point lead because they pretty much had that for the most last 2 or 3 quarters of this ball game. Here's Ward's deep 3, skips off right side, picked up by Walker, no. And Rebecca Cook, another rebound, falls to the floor, and then hit there by one of the Scott County players as the Scott County player kind of inadvertently fell on top of her.
Yeah, well, that was Beam recognizing that Cook was down on the floor with the ball and saw that as an opportunity just to dive in there after it and try to get that loose ball. The possession arrow would have gone back to Scott County, but can't tie her up.
Rebecca Cook, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Princess Stewart, 17 points, 6 boards. Peyton Riddle still stuck on those 10 points that she's had since late in the first quarter.
That's right. She started off 4 for 4 and hasn't been able to score since.
To the basket by Deja Kilborn, and she draws the foul. 3:05 here in the third period. We're going to have back up off the Scott County bench will be Sydney Sutherland. At the line is Kilborn, the junior. 5 points for the 5'6" junior, and knocks it down. I tell you what, this Franklin County team is going to be tough to beat if you get in a free throw shooting contest with them.
Great free throw shooting team. I mean, that one right there, again, we've seen this a couple of times also in the first half. It is just dropping right through. Plenty of arch on that ball, coming straight down through the hoop.
Kilborn, same results on the second one. Kilborn now in the ball game. She has 7 points, 4 rebounds.
4 for 6 from the free throw line. 17 for 24 overall for Franklin County. Very good free throw shooting.
Peyton Riddle really stymied now, really frustrated with the defense that Rebecca Cook is delivering on her.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal of Rebecca Cook is to frustrate Riddle, and that's what she's done. She got off to that great start, and Coach Thacker made an adjustment, and Rebecca Cook hasn't left her since.
Riddle to the basket and rattles it in. Peyton Riddle says, enough of this 10 points. I need my dozen. She's got it now. The lead is still 20, 55-35. Kilborn kicks it back to Princess Stewart. 2:37 here in the third period, and the lead still 20 for Franklin County. They'll move on if they win, and here's a traveling call on Courtney. The winner here moves on to take on the winner of the next game between Lexington Catholic and Madison Southern. And Coach Justin Cheatham expects a real good one in that Southern Lexington Catholic game later tonight.
Yeah, those teams match up really well. Should be an exciting second game.
High pass, down low, good catch, Walker. Turn and blocked by Princess Stewart. My goodness.
Boy, it looked like for sure Walker was going to score. Princess Stewart, great athletic move. uses her body well, gets up in the air, and deflects that right out of bounds.
Set to put it in play is Peyton Riddle. Comes back now to Owens. Down low, Walker posting up. Walker turns, and it's going to be fouled there by Lauren Willard of Franklin County. That'll be 2 free throws now coming for Lexus Walker, the junior.
Well, that's a great post-up effort there by Walker. Does a great job sealing the defender behind her. Catches the ball well. Turns. The only problem is she shot the ball before she ever actually got her eyes on her target. And that's something that she can definitely work on and improve in the offseason.
Walker a little off mark on that free throw to the left. 2:14 to go. Second one, and rolls in there for Miss Walker.
Made good on the second.
Sure did.
And now 5 for 6 is Scott County from the free throw line tonight.
Long pass goes now to Courtney. Cut off to Rebecca Cook. Swing it back now to Malika Frank. 2 minutes to go here in the third. 55-36. Frank to the basket, throws it up. No. Battle for it. Sutherland and Beam there battling. Good job there by Sutherland to keep that rebound. Long pass, and it goes through the hands of Owens, but she tracks it down. Owens back now to Smith. Smith kicks it to Peyton Riddle in the corner. Here's Owens' shot. 3 off the mark. No good. Rebounded though by Sutherland, and then she throws it right to Frank. She plays for Franklin County.
Scott County needed to have a good night shooting the three-point basket. Only 3 for 13. Not going the way they needed it to stay in this game.
Would have some substitutions in at the next dead ball opportunity for Coach Helton and Scott County. 55-36. Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham and William Wilfried here on PrepSpin. All the girls' 11th region action right here in this beautiful, renovated McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. Great floor, great lighting. Down the lane, and some contact and a foul as Courtney took it strong to the hoop and drew the foul there.
Yeah, again, Franklin County using a little clock there, moving the ball around, penetrating. Scott County got the right idea. They have attempted numerous times tonight to take the charge, just sliding their feet a little too slow, just a half a second slow. You can bet that half a second can be improved upon between now and this time next year, because this team is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Peyton Riddle picked up that foul, and coming in, Alexis Lockard, she's checking in, along with DeFore, who hit that 3 at the end of the first half. And they've got another substitution, Hudson, Katie Hudson. She played a little bit in the first half. Had a couple of free throws, as I recall.
Yep, 2 free throws.
Minute 1 to go in the third. Flyers, Lady Flyers 55, Lady Cards 36 here. Under a minute now to go in the third period. Peyton Riddle. Well, she's going to be a good one, already a good one. Ball on the floor, picked up by Rebecca Cook. She leads it out to Princess Stewart. Princess Stewart driving, hanging, and rolls out of there. Tapped out, last touch Franklin County.
Well, we saw this defensive strategy in the first half. Franklin County goes hot in their 2-3, jumps the guard. Guard tries to out-dribble it, turns it over.
Ball knocked away. Good hands there by Savannah Courtney. Courtney wanted to bounce it over to Cook. Riddle got a block, but a foul called on the pass there by Courtney. Foul on Scott County.
Yeah, Franklin County could do this all night. Scott County has yet to show any answer at all. When they go hot in their 2-3 and come put pressure on the guard, they're not strong enough ball handlers to get through it, not strong enough passers. The wings aren't moving. Coach Helton tried to bring someone up through the middle, but that was taken away.
DeFore across the line. Morgan looking. Cut off there by Savannah Courtney. Now Princess Stewart out. Timeout by Coach Steve Helton. He sees that his guard was in trouble there. 23.6 to go here. We'll step out, and Franklin County leading by 20 over Scott County here in the girls' 11th region, 56-36. We'll return to McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University on PrepSpin after this timeout.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it. With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome back to McBrayer Arena, and Scott County's Peyton Riddle pounding it down with 12 points in the game, Coach, and it looks like Scott County's going to take the last shot here in the third. Riddle, crossover, losing Frank, ball knocked away, foul's going to be called, and it's going to go on Frank, I believe, of Franklin County.
Well, again, right out of that timeout, Franklin County back into a 3-2 zone. Riddle, 12 points, 3 rebounds. You want the ball in her hands, and she drives and gets to the free throw line, so that's a good possession for Scott County.
Peyton Riddle tonight, 12 points in the ball game with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, looking for her 13th, and she's got her baker's dozen. Why do they call that a baker's dozen, Coach?
So the baker can eat one, Gary.
Okay, thank you. Answers that. And Riddle got them both, and we got a sub back in for Franklin County, substituting Aristia back in. 9.4, 56-38. You would think if Scott County could ever get it down to maybe 10 or single digits. Right now it's 18. Kick in the corner and ball blocked over there. Good block there by DeFore.
Seen some good things from DeFore tonight. She knocked down that 3 to end the half. She ends this quarter with a big block. So great job by Scott County's DeFore not giving up on defense.
It's all Franklin County. The Lady Flyers 56, the Scott County Lady Cards 38. We'll come back with the final 8 minutes of action here at McBrayer Arena, campus of Eastern Kentucky University, and we'll return after this.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Welcome back to the final quarter of action. Looking at some numbers, Franklin County shooting 46% overall, 40% behind 3. The Scott County Lady Cards 28%, Coach, 23% behind the three-point line, but yet they're winning the rebounding war.
They are winning the rebounding war. They needed a good three-point shooting night, not getting it. 16 turnovers, 17 points for Franklin County off of those Scott County turnovers.
DeFore's long 3 won't go. Here comes Frank coast to coast, hanging, and a charging call. The shot went in, but good job of taking it there by for Scott County. Taking that charge was Katie Hudson.
Yep, Katie Hudson does a good job there again. That's 2 times in a row we've seen Scott County able to get back on defense. Frank wanting to drive, and it's not there. And Frank picking up her 4th and going to the bench.
That's exactly right. Coach Cheatham picked up number 4, heading to the Joey Thacker bench. 7.5 to play. Scott County gets a 3 here. They could cut it down to 15. Here's nearly a steal by Franklin County. Good hustle there by Kendall Talley, the freshman. Couldn't save it in, though.
Well, that's just another example of the defender reading the ball handler's eyes, knowing exactly where she's going to go with it, jumping the passing lane.
Riddle, baseline, rolls out, rebounded by Rebecca Cook, and that's on the night Cook's 5th rebound.
Yeah,
to the basket, and shot won't go for Talley on the floor. Cook battling, diving down, and we're going to have a foul called. It may go on Rebecca Cook as she kind of battled there with the Scott County player, Malia Owens.
Yep, that'll be Cook's 2nd foul, but 15 points, 5 rebounds, 6 for 8 shooting. Having a great game is Cook, and the great defensive job that she's done on Scott County's Riddle. You know, Riddle starts off 4 for 4, put Cook on her, and she gets cold real quick.
Yeah, we might be thinking about our star of the game, and that young girl you just mentioned will be a strong candidate with the defensive job she's done on Riddle to go with those 15 points, even though Princess Stewart is the game high honors with 17, 14 for Riddle.
To tell you how good of a player Riddle still is, she's still 5 for 10 with 14 points for Scott County.
She had 25 when they met back a few weeks ago at Franklin County in this ball game. Princess Stewart with 6:53 to go, 56-38. Rebecca Cook swings it back now to Deasia Kilborn. Coming up, Lexington Catholic and Madison Southern. That game right here on PrepSpin. William Moorfield, Coach Justin Cheatham will have the call, and then big doubleheader tomorrow night as well. All the girls' games and boys' games Wednesday night. Well, what a Lid Lifter in the 11th Region boys. You got Madison Central right here on their home floor against Bryan Station. Man, that should be a dandy.
Should be a great game. You know, Bryan Station coming up a little short in the district championship. They're ready to get back on the court.
Tally looks like Franklin County with an 18-point lead. They're going to try to run some clock here. I say that. Rebecca Cook drives in, bounces back out to Tally. 18-footer off the iron, no. Batted around, and Riddle there is going to be – Kilbourne's going to reach in, grab the ball, and they're going to give the ball. Good hustle there by Kilbourne.
Sure is. Franklin County now, fourth quarter, 18-point lead. They've gone to their 1-minute offensive scheme, which is where they try to run 1 minute off the clock before taking a shot.
35-31, still rebounding edge for Scott County. And leading the way there is 8 by Sutherland. Here's to the basket. Kilbourne lays it up and in.
Boy, how many times have we seen that tonight? Kilbourne just putting the ball on the floor, going all the way to the basket. No one sliding over to stop her.
Smith lobs it deep in the corner. Ward, and there's a high arcing three. No, rebounded by Rebecca Cook.
Scott County now 3 for 15 from behind the three-point
line.
Cook
skipping to the basket, off the glass, good. 17 now for Rebecca Cook with 6 rebounds. 60-38. Lob Peyton Riddle. Long three by Riddle. Back of the rim, no. Rebounded though out top. It goes to Smith. Smith back over Riddle. Goes baseline, stop, pop, good.
Good baseline drive there by Riddle. Way to stay with it, Scott County. Offensive rebound. Continue to learn, listen to your coaches. 20-point lead really doesn't matter at this point for them. They just need to continue to get better.
Riddle, the only Scott County girl in double figures, with 16. Princess Stewart and Rebecca Cook have combined for 34, 17 apiece. And, Coach, most importantly, they've also combined for 13 rebounds.
Yeah, 13 rebounds, forced Scott County into 18 turnovers, scored 19 points off turnovers. And if you think defense doesn't win games for you, you got a 20-point lead. 19 of the 20 were off your defensive pressure, which led to Scott County turnover.
Coming up after this one, about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this one, it will be Madison Southern, and they will battle Lexington Catholic right here on PrepSpin. Looking forward to that one. Coach Justin Cheatham will be on the broadcast team on that with William Moorfield, and then tomorrow night, Coach Cheatham will have the games that gets underway at 6:30 tomorrow night. We already talked about those games. Of course, you got Lafayette, Henry Clay, Model, and who else we got going tomorrow night, Coach?
That is Lafayette and Woodford in the nightcap.
Yeah. So Henry Clay, Model, and Lafayette, Woodford County. That'll be tomorrow night right here on PrepSpin.
Get to see two teams in the top 10, Lafayette and Henry Clay, both right now ranked in the top 10.
Tally, trouble getting it in, and finally does to Rebecca Cook. Stay tuned after the game. We'll interview our star of the game. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to play. Franklin County up by 20. They look like they're going to win this one going away. To the basket, but Walker gets a block, but a little bit of the body foul there on Kilbourne. You know, the thing about Kilbourne, she's a put-together, very well, solid girl, but she takes the ball to the basket. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Kara Pankins at Lafayette.
Yeah, very strong, able to get to the rim and finish well.
5:05, and here's the free throw knocked down by Kilbourne. She's got double figures now with 10 to join Princess Stewart and Rebecca Cook, who have 17 apiece for Franklin County.
Yeah, well, it's what makes this Franklin County team, again, so dangerous is the
talked
balance you see in their starting five. All five right at double-digit scoring average for the season. I mean, where do you hear that? Usually it's one or two players scoring double digits. With Franklin County, it's all five.
Nice job there, taking it. Smith to the basket. Juliet Smith, 8 points for her now, 62-42. Right side with it is Anna Aristia. Back out it goes now to Franklin County's Princess Stewart. To Kilbourne to the basket, throws it up with the defender Sutherland all over. How'd you get that one to go?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one went in, but throws it up there, and it.
Peyton Riddle, and she goes to the basket. Shot is put up and in there by Scott County's Beam, but the foul call, and Riddle will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws with 4:29 to play.
Yeah, Riddle's had a good game, 6 for 12, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 50%. If as a team, Scott County could have shot 50% from the three-point line, this would be a totally different basketball game. Riddle 50% from the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So with those 17 points.
Yeah. She
Riddle
joins Cook and Stewart with 7.
That's
Now
right.
she's a game high honors with those 2 free throws. She's got 18 to lead everybody. Does Peyton Riddle, the freshman. Remember, everybody back for Scott County next year. Everybody back for Franklin County. Not a senior on this ball club in the lineup, Coach.
Yeah, that's really rare. I mean, here you are in the regional tournament, have teams that can advance this far, and they've done this all without any seniors on the court.
Franklin County by 20, but Scott County got the ball there on that turnover. Rebecca Cook picks up the defense on Smith. Little floater, good.
Now, see, there you see a spark of what's to come for Scott County. That was just a heads-up, strong ball-handling move there by Smith.
Rebecca Cook took it strong to the basket, and she's going to be fouled there by Sutherland. Beam has 4 fouls, so she has to be careful. And Sutherland just picked up her second, but as I said, Lauren Beam has 4. Cook at the line, knocks it down. Rebecca Cook, strong candidate for that Star of the Game award, isn't she?
She sure is. Frank has 4 on the bench. Be interesting to see if Coach Sacker goes back to Frank or just calls it a night.
19 now for Cook to lead everybody. 6 rebounds, 4:05 to go. Franklin County leading by 66-46 here. As we said, it'll be, I tell you, the gym's starting to get a little bit more crowded with Madison Southern right here in Richmond coming in right now as they would take on Lexington Catholic. Doubleheader tomorrow night as well. Boys action gets underway Wednesday night. We'll have all the complete 11th region action right here on PrepSpin, boys and girls. Final from the 12th region girls. Pulaski Southwestern 78, East Jessamine 54.
Well, that Southwestern team, I believe, ranked 3rd in the state. Tremendous ball club, but congratulations to Jacqueline Coleman, her East Jessamine Lady Jaguars for a wonderful season.
Southwestern 78-54 here at 66-46. Let's do a game reset for you. Rebecca Cook has 19.6 rebounds, has done a tremendous job on Riddle, even though she does have 18 points. She had 10 at the end of the first period, 17 for Princess Stewart, 7 boards for Franklin County, 13 and 4 for Deasia Kilborn. And then you got Smith, who's quietly got 10 points here in the ball game for the Lady Cards and Coach Helton.
Yeah, and the defensive pressure that Franklin County has been able to put on Scott County all night long, the variety in defensive looks. Right here we see another change, Franklin going back to a man-to-man. Scott County just totally not knowing what's coming to come next from Franklin County.
Smith with those 10 points, works it across on Tally. Cross over, Smith kicks it over. Now here's a 3.
Yeah, and the rebound comes down and goes out of bounds, and it's going to come back down here to Franklin County.
I don't have a mute button, or I would have muted myself after that sneeze.
Yeah, well, Beam goes up for the rebound and not able to come down with it, but the ball goes off Franklin County. And
thank you, Coach. Covered me on the play-by-play there. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
With the
You're
sneeze
welcome.
coming. And 3:50 to go in the ball game. And at the line will be Kendall Tally for Franklin County. Rebecca Cook still in there. Princess Stewart still in the ball game. Those young ladies have combined for 36 points tonight.
Yeah, they have just been outstanding. 36 points. Great Franklin County effort, though, because defensively, they have just really all come to play. Even when they're not scoring, they're defending well. And if you're scouting against this Franklin County team, that's another thing. You just can't say, okay, we need to stop this girl, we need to stop this girl.
Yep.
You know, if you're scouting against Scott County, you know, you want to put your best defender on Riddle. You want to slow her down. Well, with Franklin County and the offensive balance, everyone has to play defense.
Here's a three-pointer off the mark there for Ward. Brittany Ward fired it from the left side. 3:38 to go in the ball game. It's all Franklin County. They pretty much took control of this game late in the first, didn't they, Coach?
They sure did.
After Scott County had, a 15-13 lead, I believe it was?
Yep.
3:27. Ball knocked away on the floor, picked up by Kilborn. Double team, triple team, and throws out of it now to Aristia. Aristia gives it back to Deasia Kilborn, over to Kendall Tally. Tally working in on Peyton Riddle. Over to Rebecca Cook. Coach, who do you like as our star of the game?
Gary, I'm going to have to go with Rebecca Cook. I mean, the 19 points, the 6 rebounds, the defensive effort that she's given.
She leads everybody in scoring. 2:57 to go. Down the lane is Princess Stewart. Back to Rebecca Cook. She's going to dribble it back out now. Well, you can bet these girls have played a lot of summer ball together too, Coach. You can just tell, can't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they play year-round. It's not just a season anymore.
Princess Stewart, we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Thacker. 2:42 to go here in the ball game. Franklin County convincing 68-46 lead here over the Scott County Cards. Coming up, William Warfield will give you the Lexington Catholic game. They'll play Madison Southern. Coach Cheatham on the color, and I'm looking forward to that coming up a little bit later.
That's going to be a fun game. Two teams match up well. Should be a very competitive basketball game, both well coached. See who can move on and advance in this 11th region tournament.
Well, the bands are fired up. Decent crowd in here. And as we said, tomorrow night it'll be another big girls doubleheader. Lafayette will play. Henry Clay will play tomorrow night. And Motto will be the opponent for the Lady Devils. And Woodford County Lady Jackets the opponent for Lafayette. Both those games tomorrow night. I've got the TV show tomorrow night, so Coach Cheatham and William and Darren Douglas will hold down the fort tomorrow night. Aristea stops and pops, and off the iron. No good. Rebecca Cook watches it drift away from her a little bit. Here's a long pass. Riddle leads it out to Smith. Left side, Smith backs up and hits it, knocks it down inside the line there. That's a dozen now
That's right. Smith now with 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Has really done some nice things here in the fourth quarter.
Tally, good pass right side. A little bit too much contact on Aristea. She will go to the line, and Anna Aristea, boy, you don't want to foul her. She is almost automatic at 83%. 2 for 2 tonight, so she's probably a little bit higher than 83% with those 2 for 2 free throws tonight. She'll shoot a couple here.
Yep, Franklin County now 72% from the free throw line. Just a great, great free throw shooting basketball team is Franklin County.
2 minutes, 11 seconds here in the ball game. Stay tuned after the game. We'll try to grab Coach Thacker and our star of the game. And knocked down there by Aristea. 69-48, 2:08 to go here. Lady Cards, I tell you what, the future looks bright over at Scott County and ladies basketball. I mean, you're looking at a very young team out here. Here's the three-pointer. Smith, no. Battle for it, and Kilborn pulls it down there, ripped it away from a good rebounder in Sutherland.
Kilborn there pulling down her 5th rebound. She has 13 points tonight. Been able to get to the rim pretty easily, has Kilborn. But, you know, we've seen from Scott County on defense multiple times, you can tell they know what they need to do. They just need to grow up a little. Another year of experience, and you can bet this will be a much improved Scott County basketball team, already making it to the regional tournament. I mean, we know teams that go 20, 30 years and don't make it to the regional tournament. Scott County here again, and will definitely be back.
Kilborn couldn't get the second one to go. Yeah, look at Scott County. They started 2 8th graders, 2 freshmen, and a sophomore tonight. Three-pointer knocked down by Riddle. She's a freshman.
Yeah, that gives Riddle 21 points now. She leads all scorers.
Yeah, she gains that with that three. She now jumps out on Rebecca Cook, who has 19 and has the ball right in front of us. Minute 35 to go, 70-51. Franklin County's going to win their 24th ball game of the year, and they're still undefeated in the region, aren't they, Coach?
That's right. That makes them 12-0 in the region. They have a win over Lafayette, but have not played Henry Clay.
Princess Stewart into the basket, good. 19 now. That's the first basket in the second half. Stewart had 17 at halftime. Ball knocked away there by Tally, side court. Minute 14.
Yeah, but this is very telling. Stewart is 7 for 10. Cook 7 for 9. It tells you where their shots are coming from. They're not shooting threes. They're getting to the rim, and they're making layups.
And in the game now for the Scott County, Kayla Christopher's checked in. Morgan DeFore's in there. Also, Kayla Christopher, as I said. And in the ball game is Katie Hudson. And high arcing rainbow shot won't go there for Christopher. And here comes Franklin County. That's Hogan. Yeah, Hogan. Nice basket.
Hogan pulling down the board, going coast to coast and finishing.
DeFore backs it back, lines up to 3, off the mark, and rebounded, pulled down by Sierra Newton, the junior. Ball knocked away right. Good hands by the official there. Tightrope in the sideline. I bet he played some ball.
Yeah, that was definitely A wide receiver catching the
Yeah.
football right there.
42 seconds here in the ball game. We'll have our post-game show and wrap it up. Remember, coming up, Lexington Catholic, Madison Southern, about 25 minutes after this one. 35 seconds. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield here on PrepSpin. We'll have all the 11th Region Tournament. Keep it right here on PrepSpin.com, PrepSpin/YouTube. Here in HD in this beautiful gym here. Boy, they've really improved this gym at Easter. Lighting the floor.
It looks great. Just a great place to watch a basketball game. The lighting, like you said. And look at the big jumbo screen.
Thacker's in there, Josie Thacker, and also in there is Megan Layson in the ball game, and Emily Jordan. Let's give everybody credit, and Sierra Noon. That's the ball game, and Franklin County wins it 74-51 over Scott County. 24 wins now for Franklin County. They remain unbeaten. They were led tonight by a couple of girls, Rebecca Cook and Princess Stewart, with 19 each. 21 points for Peyton Riddle. She led Scott County, Coach.
Yeah, great game for Franklin County. Again, well-balanced. Congratulations to Scott County for a great season, a young group who will continue to improve. You can expect to see and hear a lot more from Scott County, but this young Franklin County team moves on, now 12-0, Gary, in the region.
We'll come back and get our post-game show after this. Rebecca. We'll be back.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it. With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Hatmaker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you. Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Back here with the post-game show. We're waiting on our star of the game, but let's give you some final numbers from this ball game. Tonight it was Peyton Riddle leading the way for the Lady Cards with 21 points. She also had 5 rebounds, 12 for Juliet Smith on 6 of 10 shooting. Lauren Beam had 4 points and also had 3 rebounds. In the ball game, it was Sutherland with 9 rebounds tonight to lead the rebounding for the Scott County Lady Cards as they lose tonight by final score 74-51. Great balance again by the Franklin County Lady Flyers. Malika Frank had 7 points. The Asia Kilborn with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Princess Stewart with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and had 6 points by Anna Aristia, and also 19 by Rebecca Cook with 6 rebounds, and for Rebecca Cook tonight. We're waiting for our star of the game to make her way out here. Turnovers tonight was the problem for the Lady Cards. 18 turnovers tonight by them and 13 by Franklin County. So that was a big stat in this ball game, the turnovers. And looking at the shooting tonight, 36% by Scott County in the first half, just 23%, 30% overall in the ball game. 3-point shooting, they were 4 of 21 in the game, and that is a total of just 19%. So 3-point shooting a little frigid tonight for Scott County. Looking at Franklin County, they were 23 of 47 for the ball game for 49%. They also, from 3-point range tonight, they were just 2 of 5 from 3-point range. They got out rebounded 38-37 by Scott County, and good balance tonight. As we said, we're still waiting for Rebecca Cook, our star of the game. Those are some final numbers from this game as the Franklin County Flyers win, going away 74-51. The final score. They go to 24-6, and Scott County ends their season with a record of 13-17. Lexington Catholic going through their pregame warm-ups, along with Madison Southern off to our left. And as I said, we're still waiting for to try to grab our star of the game, will step out and come back and try to grab Rebecca Cook. If she makes her way out here, we'll talk with her. If not, we'll give you a little bit of a break and come back with the second game, Lexington Catholic, Mass Southern. We'll return here on PrepSpin after this timeout.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it. With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you. And back here to wrap it up on this game, won by Franklin County. We gave you the final numbers in the game. 74-51 is the final. Franklin County wins their 24th ball game. Coming up in just short order, it'll be Madison Southern, Lexington Catholic, William Warfield, and Coach Justin Cheatham will give you the call of that one. It'll be Lexington Catholic and Madison Southern. Again, Franklin County advances to the semifinals Friday night at 6:30. They'll play the winner of this game between Lexington Catholic and Madison Southern. Final score from EKU's McBrayer Arena. The final score, 74-51. Franklin County knocks Scott County out of this girls' 11th region tournament. Stay tuned. Coming up on PrepSpin, it'll be Lexington Catholic, Madison Southern. Thanks for watching PrepSpin.com.